Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. As always, it's me, Ivan, and today we'll be talking about this fantastic new millifortic watch. It has a dressier design that's been heavily inspired by the Hamilton Intramatic chronograph, and in my opinion it looks amazing. It's also exceptionally well made, and now that we have the AliExpress 11.11 sale going on, it costs less than what you think, and you should definitely check it out. This watch is available for purchase on the millifortic Octopus watch store on AliExpress, and I've left the link as well as some discount codes in the description down below. You can choose between 4 different dial configurations, which are black, navy blue, white, and green. You can't go wrong with any of them as they all look very nice. However, I find this grayish green dial to be very interesting, and that's why I went for it. The movement this model comes with is the Seiko VH64 quartz caliber, but before I tell you more about it, there are a few other things we should talk about first, such as the dimensions. Since this millivortic is meant to be worn as a dress watch, it has a case diameter of only 38 mm, the lug-to-lug is 46, the thickness, including the sapphire crystal, is 10.5 mm, and the lug width is 20. Overall, I consider this set of dimensions to be very compact, and as such I expect this watch to please most people when it comes to its wearability. As an example, here it is on my 17 cm or 6.7 inch wrist. In my opinion it looks amazing, guys, and it wears very comfortably thanks to the leather strap. It also has a lot of wrist presence, as it's a very good looking watch that gives the impression of being more expensive than it is. The leather strap, as I just said, is one of the reasons why this watch is so comfortable on the wrist. It's made of genuine leather, and while I'm not a strap expert, I find the quality to be very nice. Straight out of the box, it's flexible enough, and the break-in period is about 1 full day on the wrist. However, I do wish it came with quick release spring bars so that we could easily experiment with different kinds of straps. Speaking of which, out of curiosity, I tried it on this green Natal, and I quite like the way it looks. I'm also thinking that a nice sailcloth strap might also be a great option, which is why I just ordered one, and guys, as soon as it arrives, I'll make sure I share the results. When it comes to the design, this millifortic looks incredibly similar to the Hamilton Intramatic chronograph. Even the dial color is about the same. Now, this one is obviously not a chronograph. Instead, the sub-dials show you the day and the date. I know some people don't like such homage watches, but the reality is that this one looks fantastic. It's affordable, and it's very well built as well. In fact, I'm quite surprised with the build quality. This millifortic is made of 316L steel, and it just feels very refined. There are no sharp edges, and the finishing, which consists of a polished bezel and brushed flanks, is brilliant. Something else that's worth mentioning here, and that I'm always surprised with, is the sapphire crystal. Guys, I don't know where millifortic sources their crystals from, but the clarity is exceptional. Finally, I just want to add that this model is also 100 meters water resistant, so if you want to swim with it, it will be totally fine. Moving on, let's have a closer look at the dial. As you can see, the execution is pretty much perfect. The green color is really pleasing. It's a very peculiar color that in certain light conditions looks grey, and as I said earlier, it is the main reason why I chose it. Next, I want you to pay some attention to the handset and the applied hour markers, as they are very nicely polished. And you know, it's a bit hard to describe, but they reflect the light in such a way that you would think that this watch is more expensive than €100. When it comes to the layout, once again, it looks like a chronograph, but it isn't. The left subdial shows the days of the week, and the left one gives you the date. And yes, you may experience some legibility issues due to the small font and handset positioning, but overall, I'm very happy with how Mili40 has arranged everything here. The dial also carries some lume, well, not the dial, but the handset and the indices. It's not much, but it's BGW9, and it's more than just usable as it's bright and long-lasting. To be fair, I would be totally fine if there wasn't any lume at all, but since there is, and it's good, I do appreciate it. Alright guys, the only part that's left to talk about is the movement. As I told you at the beginning, this Mili40 houses the Seiko VH64B, which is one of those Seiko calibers with a sweeping second hand. It's very similar to the VH31, which you've already seen here on the channel a good number of times. The VH64B doesn't have any jewels. It has an accuracy of ±15 seconds a month, and it runs for about 2 years on the same battery as the VH31, which is the SR920SW. This is the first watch I own with a VH64, but so far I like it. It's a great grab-and-go movement, and being made by Seiko, I expect it to be very reliable. The only thing that's a bit annoying is that only the date has a quick set, while for the day you have to pull out the crown to the time setting position, and then you simply need to keep turning the crown. Besides that, it's a pretty great movement in my opinion. There you have it guys, this Mili40 R078 is a beautiful watch with a familiar design that personally I like very much. In addition, it's really well made, it's nicely finished, and once again, the sapphire crystal is incredibly clear. So yeah, I've got zero complaints about this watch, but I do have one suggestion for Mili40, which is to make a chronograph version with a VK Mecha Quartz movement. I would totally love to see it happen. As always, this is just my opinion, and now I would love to know what you think about this watch, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Take care guys, I'll see you in the next one.